Not today, fortune cookie. You're not even that good anyway. I had actually been recently thinking about a soup that the Chinese place down the road has, and that I could probably eat that on pre-op. So what better day to try that than today? It is cold, it is rainy, it is windy, and I'm not prepared for lunch. So what they have is a sizzling rice soup. This soup usually comes with some like fried puffed rice that you put on top, and I of course just asked for that without. There's chicken, cabbage, shrimp, onions. Oh, that's a carrot, I think. Bok choy, I'm not sure. I love this soup. I don't feel like the rice really would make too big of a difference. So this is what I'm going with. Usually we get a large because my boyfriend and I will split it as an appetizer. I got a medium, and this seems not very medium. Like, I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to be hungry not too long after this. But I do have Premier Proteins in the back. So, I mean, if I get hungry, I will deal with it. Either way, I'm hungry now. So I'm going to eat this. I went out with my sister on a walk at lunch because I've been trying to prioritize that. And of course, the instant I'm like, hey, I'm going to prioritize this, it's windy and cold and pouring down rain, and it just gets me soaked. But I guess I feel good that I did the walk, so I don't know. But it's left me in just a mess. As I thought, I am hungry. I knew that soup wasn't going to last very long. That being said, I am pretty glad that I didn't get a bigger one, just because I think it would have been compelled to eat it. Getting any of those things, especially at a Chinese restaurant, like there's just I could tell there was so much sodium in it. It was a really good broth, but I could tell that it's probably good that I didn't have a large. I am getting hungry now. It is just about 4 o'clock, so that should be good. I'll have a Premier Protein as a snack and then be able to bounce out of here in about an hour and go home and make dinner. I've already decided what dinner is going to be. I'm really excited about it. I've got to stop being excited over food. This took absolutely all the effort that I had left for the day, but I have made dinner. It is 7. I'm really tired of these late nights. This is a Korean beef bowl. So I have some cauliflower rice underneath, some ground beef with a soy sauce, sesame oil kind of sauce on it, some cucumbers, and then I topped it with a little bit of gochujang, sesame seeds, and green onions. I took a little bite of the beef and it's so good. Again, I just keep doing this. Lunch was not enough. I did not eat enough today. I came home super hangry and just like 100% ready to eat. So I'm gonna do that. I am not feeling well this morning. I got worried that the way I'm feeling was a problem. So I took my temperature. My temperature's fine. I don't know what's going on. Last night I started to get a headache, and it really wasn't bad. It was just sort of remnants of one right before bed. So I went to sleep. Usually if that ever happens, it goes away while I'm sleeping. But I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and it was stronger and still there. And then again, when I woke up at my alarm this morning, it was still there, hanging out, very present. So I slept in a little tiny bit, hoping it would go away or that I would feel better, but it didn't. So now I'm running a little late this morning, which I don't know. It's just the way this week is going. But yeah, yesterday was my 2-week mark, so I had to stop all vitamins. Maybe that's it. Maybe my body's withdrawing from vitamins. I doubt it. I stop all vitamins 2 weeks before surgery, and then 1 week before surgery I have to stop medications, like birth control, things like that. So I'm just gonna hope I can get through this day. Aside from my slow start, I'm gonna have to pick up the pace today. I'll see how it goes. Leftover Korean beef for lunch. I packed this up right away last night after dinner, so I didn't even have to think about it. I just grabbed it and went. Thank God for being prepared for once. I am starting to get pretty stressed out. I'm not like overly worried about the surgery. I'm a little bit worried about the travel. It's just like an added stress that I don't need. So, in addition to all the stuff that I'm worrying about just in general, now I've got all these COVID things that are increasing and just more stress. In addition to that, my birthday is coming up on Sunday and people are wanting to see me. I'm not really wanting to see anybody. It's really tough when you're having to say no to your grandparents. We've also entered into selling our old house, which has to be done by the end of the year. That just means the next month and a half, I will be prepping for having surgery, recovering from surgery, selling a house, and moving my sister in, who is actually living in the house that we are selling. It's just a lot. There's a lot, and I'm wondering if that's where my headache is coming from. It just hit me that I feel stressed. That's not even including my work. I am so stressed at work. I spent a bunch of time today just sort of catatonic and staring at my screen, and then realized that I haven't done some of the things that I really need to do today. So it's one of those kinds of busy. I have to get things in a certain place before I leave for surgery, because for the first week I'm going to be in Mexico and I'm not even going to try to do any work. I'm not even going to try. I'm recovering from surgery. Then I'm going to come home and I'm going to be off of work for another week, but I'm already having to schedule a bunch of phone calls and stuff because I just don't have the ability to stay off of work for a second week. I'm hoping everything will go fine. I've seen a lot of people have no problems, especially if they have a sedentary job, going back to work shortly after surgery. So hopefully I'll be in that boat. But if things aren't going well, and if I run into a situation where, I don't know, I have a complication, or I'm not able to keep food down very easily, or I just feel awful, I'm going to be in a situation where I'm going to have to either tough it up and do some work during that time or reschedule things. I don't have the time to be messing with this stuff. I thought surgery on December 1st would be a good time of year to do it. Normally it's slow, and then everything just piled on all at once, and I'm now feeling like it literally just hit me about 30 minutes ago, where I'm just sitting there oh God, I feel so overwhelmed, and so yeah. So yeah, today's a pretty tough day. My go-to quick dinner for this pre-op has always been this coconut encrusted chicken breast. It's really fast and easy to put together. It tastes really good, and I really just like pairing it with vegetables and a salad. And so yet again, having a pretty terrible day, I just wanted a quick, easy, delicious meal. Today I had my smoothie for breakfast, and I'm pretty sure I just ate a couple tablespoons of nut butter for lunch. I mean, that's what my Fitness Pal says, so I guess that's what happened. So I was pretty excited to have something pretty normal and decent for dinner. We had some marinated chicken thighs served with some blanched baby bok choy with shallot garlic sauce over them, and it was really, really kind of refreshing and just a really nice change of pace. Okay, so I'm going to bed, and I feel like I should say this is the second time now this week that I've come home. I've made all the food that I need to make. I've done all this stuff after work, sat down, ate dinner, and then just got so tired and so I haven't wanted to do anything else. And I haven't even eaten Jello, you guys. And I just I don't have it in me to do anything else. That also means that I keep forgetting to keep drinking after dinner. I've been eating dinner at 7, and by the time I'm done and I've waited my 30 minutes, I completely forget that I still should be drinking some water. Thankfully, I've been drinking 68 ounces at work before I even come home. So, I mean, I'm going to bed with 68 ounces, so I'm above the bare minimum. But yeah, it's been bad. I don't know what this is all about. I worked from home on Friday, and so I was able to make an actual dish for lunch. And I went with a cauliflower and chicken curry. I've made this recipe many times before. Normally I'd put it over rice, but I did not have the ability to do that. It was still pretty good for a cauliflower chicken curry soup, essentially. Later that night, we realized that I do have a free birthday burger at Red Robin, but I wasn't going to be able to get it at all if I didn't do it before the end of the month. And so I decided I was going to try their lettuce wrapped burger. I put my own cheese on it because I can't have any cheese. Couldn't have anything really on it. It was a pretty plain burger, but it was free and it was actually not so bad. I probably should have started the video before we cut into it because it was a beautiful turkey. We did a practice turkey because we've never smoked a turkey before. So why not do a practice turkey and have a bunch of turkey leftovers? So that's what we've been doing this morning and pulling apart. And that's what I'm having for lunch. And it's super yummy. And I have no qualms with eating turkey for the next 2 weeks before surgery. So here's Thanksgiving dinner. We did our trial turkey today in the smoker just to make sure that we knew what we were doing before we did it on actual Thanksgiving. We do have a couple of people coming over. Not a party though. Definitely only people that we know have been kind of quarantining and keeping to themselves. But we didn't want to mess up the turkey anyway. So here is our trial turkey. And I tried making a sugar-free cranberry sauce as well. It is okay. I have never personally used powdered erythritol as a sweetener before, and it's just coating my tongue. So I think I'm going to try again with some Splenda or Truvia because I know that that doesn't have a weird aftertaste for me. But it's not bad as it is, so I have a little bit there. And then I'm just pairing that with some vegetables today. We are going to have a ton of turkey, so I'm going to have to figure out something to do. And then also, I am currently making stock out of the carcass, and I can put that away and have it for my liquid diet. So win-win all around. It's my birthday, so it's the one day on this whole pre-op that I'm going to allow myself to eat things that are probably higher fat than I normally would. I'm still not going to eat any refined grains or anything like that. The recipes I'm using are probably going to have a little bit higher carbs and fat, and I'm okay with that. So my boyfriend made me waffles this morning. So I'm going to start off with waffles. In all honesty, I'm probably not going to be hungry enough for lunch, but I might have a protein shake or something. And then I still have to figure out what to do for dinner. I don't know. I'll play it by ear because I can have whatever I want. And then my sister, do you want to be in my YouTube video?
Hi.
Okay, so my sister and her friend came over and we're hanging out for my birthday. And we ordered, I found out I can't flip this.
While recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully it's showing up. I'll have to edit this.
There you go.
And we ordered some Mexican food. And they gave me sour cream, and I can't eat it, but I'll just try really hard. Yay! I decided that the one thing I was going to let myself do is have something sweet and not Jell-O for my birthday. So I made a pan of brownies. They're almond meal and coconut flour and a bunch of Lily's sugar-free chocolates. I think I cooked them a little too long because they are super crumbly. This is what it turned out like. But yeah, it tastes brownie-like, and it's as close to a birthday cake as I'm gonna get. So I'm just letting it happen. I'm gonna have one piece tonight, and that's that. I feel like I just can't catch a break. This is the earliest I've gotten to work since March. It is 7:40 in the morning. I have a phone conference with somebody who was only available at 8 a.m. And so that's fine. Get myself to work a little early, make sure that I'm here prepared, looking over the case. And so I get here and I look over and my work laptop isn't here. And then I remember that it's on my dining room table because I came and got it from work on Friday. So I drove all the way to work and I don't have my work laptop. The good news is that the person's phone number is written down here in my office, which is the reason that I had to get here so early instead of just doing the phone conference at home before I left. So I still have the phone number, and after all of this is done, I have to get back on the road, go back home to get the laptop, and I guess at that point I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to drive all the way back here or not. What a disaster. I was actually really looking forward to the fact that I was here early and I'd be able to start all my work early. I hope this isn't indicative of what the next few days are going to be like.
Don't be so quick to walk away. Dance with me. Hurry up, cause you're taking too long. Gonna have you naked by the end of the song.
So I'm having some of my leftover turkey for lunch. I measured out 3.5 ounces of dark meat and 3.5 ounces of white meat. So I have 7 ounces. And the only vegetable I have in my freezer is cauliflower. So I think I need to go shopping for veggies. I put some ranch seasoning on it. If I haven't released my video yet on it, I will be putting out a video shortly on some new spices that I got. This ranch seasoning is really good and I'm loving it on like vegetables and stuff. And then I have a little bit of my homemade cranberry sauce. It's still not my favorite. I'm going to eat it because, I mean, I made a little bit of it and I don't want to waste it. And it's not terrible, but I'm definitely going to try a different recipe for Thanksgiving. Dinner tonight, I tried something new but old. Turkey Devon is something that my mom used to make a lot growing up. It's a casserole that she would use with leftover turkey or sometimes leftover chicken. And it's broccoli and like a curry mayonnaise kind of sauce. Hers is kind of a traditional, 50s recipe with cans of soup and stuff. And obviously I can't do that, but I was able to find a paleo recipe. So this is something that I should be able to do without a problem on the pre-op diet because again, it's kind of like a paleo diet. It's chicken stock based with onions and garlic and mayonnaise and a little bit of coconut flour, I think is what helped thicken it up. I still don't know the purpose of the coconut flour. And it's just layered with some blanched broccoli and some leftover turkey. I mean, I've already taken a bite. It is so good. It is close enough to what I remember as a kid that it is just really hitting my spot right now. I'm really happy about it. It also has some nutritional yeast in it because traditionally this does have some like cheddar cheese and stuff in it. And so I also sprinkled some of that on top and it's great. I looked at the recipe. I was like, well, what is the serving size for this as I was dishing it up? 4. Makes 4 servings. So if I want, I can come back for more. I mean, it's mostly broccoli, which would be why. So yeah, super happy with this. I am so glad that I thought of this recipe with all of my leftover turkey.
As much as I really don't want to film this, I think it's important to just say that I'm really sad. And I know a lot of it is that there's a lot going on, but I know that a lot of it also stems from the fact that this process is hard. And in a lot of situations, you feel really alone. And I think to be realistic and honest about what this process is like, I have to show you that I'm not always having a good time.
So I couldn't end the video on last night without kind of popping in here, even though it is Tuesday and the start of next week, to note that I'm feeling perfectly fine and my emotions are a roller coaster right now. I'm all over the place, but aside from this being a difficult process sometimes, I'm not sad and gloomy and awful all the time, but it is a reality that is something that I have been experiencing a little bit this week. So I I'm feeling great today. I feel like I could take on the world today. I don't know. It's like night and day, and it's frustrating and crazy sometimes, and it makes me feel crazy, but I'm good.